Let me start with our own story. In the past, our ancestors and grandparents had a lot of land with them, and non-indigenous community came near our grandparents and ancestor, and they told that we are friend. So friendship is very good. So we must have equal amount of property, and our grandparent and ancestor, they gave it to them. Similarly, the government wanted to do the development activities like making school, hospitals, roads, and these are for this the land was required, and non-indigenous community were very clever. They told that, oh brother, indigenous brother, give your land to the government. Yeah, the development activities will be happening here, and it will benefit our community society. So give them, and in this way, our indigenous ancestor and grandparent, they gave their land to the government, and without taking anything in return. So in this way, our grandparent and parent and ancestor, they lose their lands, and the non-indigenous community had a lot of land with them. Our indigenous brothers and sisters have no access to quality education, or very less access to the quality education, because of lack of money, because we don't have property and we cannot teach them in the private school and good schools, because in private school the quality of education is higher than the government school, where there is no teacher, and government is also not investing in the education. And in this way, our indigenous community are lagging the quality education as living in the remote areas. Similarly, the land grabbing done by the government and the Terai hill that has been captured by the manufacturer, they are just finishing deals of Nepal, and while the flood comes, the mud from the hills, they arrive here because they do deforestation. They dig out the lot of stones and muds from there, and when the flood come, the mud come to our agricultural land, they destroy our land. And similarly, the government introduced the chemical fertilizer, and the government of Nepal told that this will increase the production, but our indigenous communities didn't want it to do that. Finally, they convinced, and our indigenous parent and grandparent, they started doing chemical farming, and at present they have been using about 10 to 14 kilogram of harmful chemical fertilizer and pesticides and insecticides in per kattha, which is about 138.63 square meter of agricultural land, and the amount of chemical fertilizer and the investment in agriculture has increased in comparison to the return, and this has decreased the production of agricultural production has been decreased. So the land that were used for the farming, and these all are less productive, and our indigenous parent and brother and sister are selling those land as a plot because they don't see benefit there. They have been facing a lot of loss in this, and the government is just not acting. So in the coming days, in this way, we will be facing a lot of challenges. We will be facing a lot of discrimination because we do not have access to leadership. We do not have access to keep our voice in the politics there, because our representation is very less there, and we are not so highly educated. So this challenges is going to be more in the future, so we have to act on it, because we are with youth, and youth must take the initiative. If youth doesn't take the initiative, then the coming generations will be in more problem. So we have to take the necessary actions on this, like collaboration with the different INGOs and NGOs. We have to work on the raising the voices of indigenous people's right, and speak against the violence against the indigenous peoples, work for preserving and promoting our culture, our identity, and our indigenous knowledges, and we have to document them, we have to share with our indigenous communities, and make them in practice again and preserve them, so that the younger generation can learn and work on that in future also. So in this way we can do, but we have to collaborate with each other. Single we cannot do anything, together we will definitely achieve it, and we'll definitely achieve it. But for that we have to unite together and work together and collaborate together for the benefit and good of the indigenous community, not only the good of the indigenous community and people, but also for the welfare of the planet. Fight for our future, stop attack on indigenous people, fight for our right to self-determination.